Hey guys, I am Artosis and he is Grubby, and we are back for day number 2 of the WCS Asia Finals. We're going to be commentating Slam against Top. It is a Taiwanese Zerg against the third place ranking Protoss from China, so should be a pretty good game overall.
Yeah, we're currently in the lower bracket of the tournament. They have several more matches to go before they could potentially look at a qualifying round. Currently, I think they're in lower bracket round 3. In lower bracket round 3, so they have to win round 5 to they have to win round 6 to qualify at least. So they got a long way to go.
It really is, and it looks like the game we joined actually is a test. They just typed test like 4 times, so
awesome.
We'll be getting that game restarted pretty soon here. But yeah, the loser bracket. It is a long journey up. There's a ton of good players left, and from the loser bracket, only 2 people get into top 6.
Which is kind of scary to think about, because there's a lot of good players in the lower bracket who could potentially be seeded to be thought of in the top 6. For example, we got Creator in the lower bracket. We still have Squirtle there, Calm and Toot Ming, which are the top 2 of the China nationals of the WCS.
Yeah. I mean, we have Curious, we have Sen, Roro, Seed, and then we have a bunch of other good players as well. And out of all this huge group of players, only 2 players advance, because in the top 6 already we have Hero from CJ Antis, not Liquid Hero, that is, Rain, and then we also have Hero from Liquid, and Parting. So those guys already in. They're all going to be at BWC. That's 4 Protosses already. And we definitely, by looking at this lower bracket, have the potential to have even as high as 2 more.
Yeah, it could be 2 more. Also, there's a pretty decent chance that there will be at least 1 non-Korean qualifying. Like Toot Ming is facing a Chinese player, and the winner of that will also face a Chinese player. It's it's Calm and Curious. Oh, right. Yeah.
But Curious, if you look at his games yesterday, he really kind of was dead by Fly, the Waste Spider Fly.
I heard he should have lost, right?
He should have lost. Like Fly had Curious dead in ZVZ. So when he's going up against the top 2 Chinese Zergs, whereas Fly is the second best Taiwanese Zerg, I think there's a good chance that Curious actually could be knocked out here.
Yeah, and if either Calm or Toot Ming makes it to the lower bracket round 5, he was either going to face Shluos, Creator, or Sen. If it is Sen already qualified for the WCS Global Finals.
So did Creator.
Oh, so did Creator?
Yeah, Creator won Korea.
Yeah.
I mean, unless Shluos comes through, there's a good chance that one of these guys... In fact, Shluos is a Chinese Terran. Wait, no, he's Protoss, I'm sorry. He's a Chinese Protoss. So there is a good chance that we can get another Chinese player in here. Of course, Calm, I believe he already has a BWC seed because he did get first in China, too.
Yeah,
I believe
so actually only if Curious wins the next 3 rounds will there not be a Chinese player from that lower section of the lower bracket coming. So it's a very, very high chance that there'll be at least 1 Chinese at the WCS Global Finals, besides Calm, who already qualified. And that's pretty good news, because we kind of want to get China involved in the international scene as well. It's going to do really good things, I think, for the esports scene. It's a very big population. They're very big on the esports.
And they're really good.
Yeah. They're really good. I mean, they joined the party late, right?
Yeah. And they've got like Korean work ethic, which means they're just going to get better and better and better and better.
Yeah, and they have a very strong national scene, which means they're going to get better and better as well.
Well, let's go ahead and jump into the game. We do have that game going, so I will be observing, but it will be better than the observing on the other thing, at least.
Probably.
So don't worry about that, guys, even though I'm not the best.
Production tab, we're going to look at fights and stuff, maybe even look at some harassment as well.
Yeah. All right, here we go, guys. Up here in the top left, from Gamma Bears, it is Slam.
Ooh,
you like that? It's pretty good. And then down here in the bottom right, from Phoenix, it's Top. See, I'm already better.
You just aced it. You could just leave it in the top left now and never touch it again.
That'd be so funny. Watch, he does like a Nidus Swarm Rush up there or something, so it works.
It's either Nidus or a Clutter of Overlords. We can't really see it. So that is a 13 Forge from Top.
could be a cannon rush. To get a forge this quickly is actually kind of weird.
Yeah.
Normally you'll have a 9 scout. He didn't want to do that. He wanted to scout a bit later, so maybe that's why he did it. But I'm feeling like this might be like an in-control cannon rush, where you throw the pylon down immediately, then you throw down the cannon, and then they can send down drones to kill it, but they lose a lot of mine time, then you just cancel. I think that's what we're going to see here.
Yeah, I think you're right. Otherwise, you could still just go for a 14 or a 15 forge, and like a 14 forge will get you slightly more money than a 13 forge. There's just, usually there can be a slight probe cut. Now, it doesn't look like it's going to be the cannon rush.
Yeah, I guess not. I'm confused by the exact forge timing, but I guess it doesn't make the most gigantic difference, but a little bit inefficient.
Yeah, and the thing is, with that pylon block while getting the nexus before a cannon, against the normal 14 or 15 spawn pool timing, you're going to get a little bit of trouble. On a map like Ohana, if the Zerglings get sent straight away to the Protoss base, which isn't the case, but you're going to spend a bit of money to try and keep them out.
Yeah.
The cannon has not even been started yet, and the Lynx are almost finished killing that pylon on the natural, so he's going to have to wall off there.
Yeah, you might send a probe there or 2 probes and do some of that fanciness. Might just throw a pylon down. There's a lot of ways you can do it, but yeah, just a slightly inefficient opening there, which, I mean, it does happen. It really takes the top-end pros, mostly in Korea, to have those super efficient build orders where nothing is lost.
Yeah.
Them are grubby.
It's small stuff. Yeah, maybe. Well, anyway,
your builders are always very good. Your forge timings.
It's pretty small stuff, but it's a little bit of an advantage to slam, just a tiny bit.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see what Top wants to go here guys. Let's talk about Top for a second. He got 3rd place after being a pro gamer for only a month in the China Nationals, and basically Top is the one Chinese player that really seems like he copies Korean build orders. Everyone else had kind of like super inefficient builds in that tournament, whereas every time I watched Top, it felt like he was a Korean player in the Nationals of China.
Yeah, I understand you casted the China Nationals, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so let's see also how he progressed, and if we can see some of those crisp build orders making their entry here. Gamania Slam obviously is a teammate to Sen. I wonder how much we can see Sen's style in him. Yesterday, when we saw Sen play against Protoss, which was against CJ Hero, he didn't get his 2 gases until the 6 minutes and 45 second mark.
6 minute 45?
6 minute 45, he got 3
Did he get?
gases.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's like a new style that's been emerging in Korea quite a bit, where some of, for instance, Lenok a lot of times right now goes the 3 gases at 6:45 as opposed to 2 at like 6:10, 6:15.
Yeah, and the significance of that is a little bit more drone production, maybe.
And I mean, you're gonna net a little bit more gas, I guess, and be able to go up to your layer at the time that you want. It's new. It's coming up, and we'll see. Well, Top right now, throwing up a couple more gases. Stargate.
Okay, so we were looking a little bit at his match history before this game, and we saw he did play a Robo and Twilight opening once against the Zerg, and he also played an Immortal in, and he did a Robo 4-gate in whatever happened.
Those were Cloud Kingdom games.
Cloud Kingdom?
Yeah, those are all on the map Cloud Kingdom. This is Ohana, so maybe that's a map that he's going to be playing, like in the second game.
So we haven't seen this build order from him yet in the history. And he's just getting his Stargate and then his Robo straight away. I don't think Slam knows anything about this, right? He hasn't sacrificed any Overlords.
I don't believe so. It looks like, he has no idea about that. Nope, he has no idea about the tech whatsoever.
Alright, so that is good, because any time where you make Phoenixes and a Robo, it's not going to be a 2-base all-in. And once Zerg figures that out, they're able to make a lot of drones.
And, oftentimes what we'll see is when the Phoenixes first fly out, you'll see a round of like 10 drones started immediately, because they realize suddenly, okay, the odds of a really quick, you can't attack me right now because you have all these Phoenixes, but oftentimes Robo is the follow-up, just because Hydras are going to be scary, if not, that's the old thought process. I don't think they're actually scary anymore, but
scary.
That's how it evolved originally.
Yeah, and actually, we can draw this back all the way back to when a German player called Mondragon was playing against Protosses. The official counter to Phoenixes was found to be drones. And the way it works out, guys, think about it like this. Phoenixes, they start with enough energy to do one lift, and then they slowly, gradually gain more energy. So there's always going to be a maximum amount of drone kills that they can do. They can probably get it if they really want to, but they can't go above and beyond that. So that as a Zerg, you never actually need to pull your drones away when Phoenixes are harassing your drones. It's not like with Mutalisks against workers. So if you're a Zerg, don't pull your drones because you're just going to lose mining time. There's just an X amount of drones you're going to lose to Phoenixes, and if you just reproduce all of them, you're going to be in a pretty good spot because Protoss spend quite a lot of resources on getting those.
That is so true. Well, we do have Slam actually moving down the map, and this is another thing that we have seen in the past where people just try to counterattack against this. But some okay force fields going up. A lot of Lings actually do get in. And in fact, he doesn't have a lot of force fields left over here.
Yeah, just going with the 2 sentries. This is looking a lot like how Creator sometimes plays, where he gets air and Robotac, and actually there's Colossi coming out already for top, and not a whole lot of sentries, because this is just a very gas expensive